Prime Day is here and upon us again for another year. And so you know that means we need to round up some of the best smart home Prime deals so that you can sort between the good, the bad and the downright ugly to find some hidden tech gems for your smart home. Now I wasn't actually going to make this video because I've been super busy with some other projects and I was away all weekend, but I woke up this morning and I've got some time off of my full-time job this week. And so I thought, you know what, why not? And yes, I'm filming this on the day Prime Day has started. It's currently 8 AM and I've been up for the last few hours to see what deals I could find. I know some others had their videos out for the last couple of days, but I wanted to wait and actually see what was available on the day. And Prime Day this year is actually 2 days long, so all of these deals should be available for the next 48 hours. So without further ado, let's just get into it and we will break it down into some of the more popular categories, and then at the end we'll have a free-for-all miscellaneous categories. Obviously I will have affiliate links to everything I will mention in the video description, and if you decide to buy anything then that does help out the channel and I massively appreciate that. Oh, and also I'm now qualified to be an Amazon influencer, which is a term I absolutely hate, but anyways you'll find a link to that in the description down below, and basically it's just a page of all my favourite smart home tech that I keep updated. Alright, let's start with the first one, which is security cameras. First up we have a wired power over Ethernet camera, the RLC810A and 820A for £58, down from £83, which is pretty insane. I have reviewed the 810A previously and I really rate it. These are 8 megapixel 4K cameras with person and vehicle detection. They can record locally or to an NVR, have RTSP and on-fifth support. They don't have optical zoom, but because the resolution is pretty high, the distance you can clearly read the number plates from is actually really good. I really like the RLC810A, and so that is my first pick from the camera section. An alternative for that camera, if you don't want Reolink, is the ANNKE C800. Again, a 4K 8 megapixel camera for £62, down from £89, which is also a really good deal. It does have a wider field of view than the Reolink, but the software isn't as good in my opinion, and no person detection, but still it's a really good quality image that you get from this camera, so definitely worth considering. Next, if you don't want a wired camera and you're looking for something wireless, we again have the Reolink Argus 3 and the Eufy 2C. The Eufy 2C is available as a 2-pack with the base station for £150, down from £229. And these are completely wireless 1080p cameras with 180-day battery life, person detection, a built-in floodlight, and because you have the base station, completely local storage with no subscription fees. The base station can also be used with other Eufy products, such as the Doorbell, which we will also get to in a minute. And if you already have a base station, then you can pick up one of these cameras also on a Prime deal for £62, so that is the Eufy 2C. We also have the Reolink Argus 3, which is again completely wireless for £82, but this actually comes with a solar panel so that it can charge itself and hopefully never run out of battery. It's 1080p and also has a built-in floodlight. And now this isn't technically on a Prime deal, but there is a £27 voucher currently available, which takes it from £109 down to the £82. So I think that is a really good deal also if you want to pick one of these up, and both of these are very good choices. Finally, if you want to buy a whole NVR system with cameras, I found the Reolink NVR that has 4 of those 4K cameras I mentioned earlier for £387. And this is basically everything you need. A dedicated NVR with 2 terabytes of local storage, plus 4 of the 4K cameras. And the cameras are all powered over power over Ethernet from the NVR. So you only need a single network cable to the cameras to make this work. So yeah, I think that is a really good deal and a really good way to go. So that is the Reolink NVR with 4 4K cameras. By the way, this video isn't associated with Reolink in any way. It's just a coincidence that they had really good Prime deals, and I do think that they just make some really good hardware. Again, they did have all of the good Prime deals, much better than some of the other manufacturers, so that's why I have mentioned them quite a few times here today. Okay, now let's look at some video doorbells, and first in the wireless video doorbell category, we have a couple of options. We have the Eufy 2K wireless video with the base station, which should be available for £120 today. This is completely wireless in both power and also data transmission, although you can wire this to your existing doorbell wires for power if you want to. And it also has a 2K image sensor with person detection, infrared night vision, and of course has local storage via the base station. And again, you could combine this with the Eufy 2C cameras that we looked at earlier, and you only need one base station for both of those products. This is a really good video doorbell. I reviewed it in my last video. It has a 180-day battery life, and since that video I have actually been able to get it working in Home Assistant, which is nice, via a community integration. A really good doorbell. I really rate this product, and it's also available as a wired version if you would prefer to go that route also. Then we also have the Arlo video doorbell. Again, it's available in a wired or wireless configuration, again also for £120 today. It has a massive 180-degree field of view, which could be really useful for those of you with really open wide spaces. The resolution isn't quite as good as the Eufys, but again it does have that massive wide field of view. It also has person detection, and it can record locally if you pick up the optional base station. So the Arlo video doorbell is another one to look out for on Prime deals today. Finally, we then have the Ring video doorbell, and more specifically the Ring wired doorbell, which is available for a crazy £35, or for an extra £10 you can also get that plus an Echo Dot 3rd generation, which is pretty nuts. It has a 1080p image, two-way audio, and all of the usual doorbell features, and obviously works with ALEXA. This doesn't have local storage, and so you'll need to pay a subscription fee of £2.50 per month, but at £35 that really is incredible value, and for some of you it's definitely perhaps worth considering. Now let's take a look at some smart home hubs, and of course we start with the Raspberry Pi 4 as a hub for Home Assistant. And Labists has a really nice deal on the Raspberry Pi 4GB model, starter kit for £80 down from £120. And this has everything you need to get up and running with Home Assistant on a Raspberry Pi 4, including SD card, power supply, case, cooling fans, display cables, and all of that good stuff. So definitely worth checking out if you were looking to get a nice little starter kit to get started with Home Assistant on. Next, of course, we can't talk about Prime deals without talking about all of the Echo devices, and this year is no different, with all of the Echo devices typically seeing the best deals on Prime Day. We have the Echo Dot 4th generation with 50% off at £25 down from £50, which is a really great deal. And you can't go wrong for that price, even if you just want to use it for a voice assistant or as a speaker. You also have the bigger brother, the full-sized Echo 4th generation for £55 down from £89, and I really like the sound that you get from one of these devices. Definitely the best sound at this price point. It also has a built-in ZigBee hub, which could definitely be useful for some of you. And of course, ALEXA works with pretty much every device out there. And of course, you can link ALEXA to Home Assistant to get all of your Home Assistant devices exposed so that you can control them using your voice with ALEXA. So even if you're a Home Assistant user, you can definitely still benefit from picking up one of the Echo devices. So that is the Echo Dot and full-sized Echo, and we're going to talk about the Echo Show in just a second. Next up, we have a couple of really cool devices. Firstly, the Broadlink RM4 Pro for £32 down from £60, which is almost 50% off, and this is an excellent deal if you're looking for a way to control infrared and RF devices, of which some of you may have quite a few. This is definitely one of the best ways to control all of those devices. Secondly, we also have the Sonoff ZigBee bridge, which is available for £15 down from £22, and I really like the Sonoff ZigBee bridge since you can flash it with Tasmota and integrate it directly into Home Assistant to control all of your ZigBee devices locally. Both of these are really great deals and definitely worth picking up if you haven't already. Next up, smart displays. kind of. All of the Amazon Echo Show devices are available on Prime deals today, but some of them are the older generation. They definitely have some good deals available and they're fine to pick up, but my personal favourite pick from all of these is the latest generation Echo Show 8 for £89 down from £120, which features an 8-inch 720p display, a 13 megapixel camera for video calls with auto framing, and of course a speaker and all of the usual Echo features. And there is also the bigger brother, the Echo Show 10 for $199 down from $240, and it has a 10-inch touch display, a motorized stand that follows you around during video calls, and it also has a built-in ZigBee hub too. I'm going to chuck in these tablets into the smart display category, and that's because they are so cool for making really sleek looking wall panels for use with Home Assistant to control all of your devices. First up we have of course the Amazon Fire HD10 for $120 or $130 depending on if you don't mind adverts or not. The Fire HD 8 Plus for £60 or £70, and both of these are really decent budget options for creating really cool wall panels for Home Assistant. I have seen tons of people using these for wall panels and they look really cool and they are super useful. If you want something a little faster and a bit more premium in the display department, there is the Galaxy Tab 8, which is an 8-inch touch display from Samsung for £99 down from $139. It's a little older, being released in 2019, but still a really good option. If you want something a little newer and bigger, then there is the Galaxy Tab A7, which has a 10-inch touch display for $168 down from $219, which is a really great saving. This would definitely be my favorite choice for making a wall panel from. A really nice looking display, but of course it is a little bit more expensive than some of those other options. Moving on to some lighting stuff, I was really hoping for a bit more deals here. This is probably the weakest category of the bunch, but there is still some cool stuff here. First up, I found this little 2-pack of ZigBee bulbs from Linkind from £16 down from £23. Now these are white bulbs only, so no RGB. And it does come with a hub along with the 2 bulbs. However, since these are ZigBee bulbs, it looks like the bulbs are compatible with Home Assistant via ZigBee to MQTT. So I don't think you need to actually use the hub, and you can just get rid of it. The bulbs are tunable from a cool white to a warm white and are also dimmable, so definitely worth considering at that price point. We also then have the TP-Link Casa filament bulb with 50% off down from £15 to £8, and I really love the look of these filament bulbs in the right setting. This bulb is compatible with Amazon and Google Home, and it should also be compatible with Home Assistant via the TP-Link Casa integration. Switching slightly from bulbs, I found this RGB strip from Govee with a massive 10 meters in length for £28 down from £40. These aren't addressable, but they do work with Amazon and Google Home, and I have actually reviewed this strip before, and that's actually what's on those LEDs that are on the desk behind me, and they do work with Home Assistant via a community made integration, and it has actually been working flawlessly since I reviewed these. So yeah, that is a really nice one to look to pick up from Govee. Finally, not really a light, but I thought I would include this here. It is a 4-pack of Sonoff minis for £34 down from £48, and these are really popular little devices because they fit in behind your existing light switch and are really useful if you don't want to replace multiple bulbs. You can flash ESP Home or Tasmota on them and integrate them with Home Assistant, and of course you can use them on more than just light switches, but anything that requires a relay. So these are very versatile little devices and definitely worth considering. Moving on to smart thermostats, the 2 I picked out here are the Hive Active Heating Thermostat for $116 down from £180, and the Tado Smart Thermostat Multi-Room Starter Kit for £159. Both work with Amazon and have Home Assistant integrations, and the Tado also works with Google Home and HomeKit. The Tado comes with the thermostat and 2 radiator controllers for multi-zone control, and you can easily expand this system in the future if you want to. The Tado is probably my favourite pick here out of the 2 of them. For smart vacuums, I picked out two that looked really nice. The first one is the more budget orientated one, is the Ecovacs Osmo 920 for £299, down from £450. And this guy vacuums and also mops, uses laser technology for its guidance and also smart mapping, and it also does multi-floor mapping, has automatic charging, obstacle avoidance, and a few other really nice features. It has 110 minutes of runtime and works with Amazon, Google Home, and has a Home Assistant integration. This looks like a really nice little unit, and that is quite a big saving on the Ecovacs vacuum. Then on the pricier side, we have the iRobot Roomba i7 Plus, and earlier when I checked out all of these, this was $599, down from £799. But having just checked it again, it's actually back up at £799, so not sure if that's an Amazon glitch or maybe they sold too many. But if you can get your hands on it for £599, then I think that is a really good saving, and that is definitely worth looking at. It's a pretty advanced model that can empty itself. It does proper room mapping and learns the layout of your house. It works with Amazon, Google Home, and has a Home Assistant integration. So if you can get that for £599, then that is definitely worth a look. Again, the iRobot Roomba i7 Plus. Finally, let's just take a look at some odds and ends from different brands and devices. Firstly, Switchbot. Switchbot is having a Prime Day sale. And some of the standout items for me are, of course, the Switchbot Bot, which is the little button presser, for £17.50, down from £25. And these are really useful little things to have around for devices that can't be made smart easily, such as coffee machines or radios or speakers or garage door button pressers. Basically anything that requires a little flick or a button or a push of a button. And the other really nice deal is the Switchbot curtains for £59.50, down from £85. And these are really great. They can basically give you automated curtains in just a matter of minutes. Super simple to install and set up, and they work really well. Battery life is exceptional, like really exceptional, and they do the job very well. I reviewed these previously and I really like them. I definitely would recommend these if you want to pick these up on the Prime Day sale. There is also the Switchbot Hub Mini available for £24.50, down from £39 if you want to pick one of those up also. Oh, also, despite what others may say, you can integrate both the Switchbot button presser and the Switchbot curtains into Home Assistant relatively easy, and they work very well, and you don't actually need the hub to do that. On a similar theme to curtains, we also have the Bennick Smart Tuya ZigBee roller shade driver for controlling your blinds. And this is actually, as far as I can tell, a spin-off brand of the popular Zemi Smart manufacturer. So these are pretty much the same company as far as I can tell. Again, this isn't actually available on a Prime Day deal, but there is a 10% voucher available, and it's kind of cool, so it's definitely worth considering, or worth mentioning, sorry, if you were looking for something like this. Then I found the TP-Link Casa Wi-Fi power strip, which features 3 outlets and 2 USB ports for £22. It works with Amazon, Google Home, SmartThings, and there is also a Home Assistant integration via the TP-Link Casa integration. There is no power monitoring on this particular model, but I still think that is a really good deal for £22. There is also a 4-pack of Tekken Wi-Fi smart plugs for £27.50, down from £39. These again work with Google Home and Amazon, and while there is no official Home Assistant integration or Home Assistant support, you should be able to use these with the Tuya local integration in order to control them. So these are possibly worth picking up at that price. Sonoff also has quite a few products on the Prime Day sale. We also mentioned the Sonoff ZigBee bridge above, but it also has the Sonoff ZigBee motion sensor coming in at £11, down from £15. And this should easily integrate with your Home Assistant ZigBee hub if you wanted to. Not sure on the blind time with these, if it's 1 minute or 2 minutes, but it could potentially be worth picking one of these up and seeing how well they work. And finally, our last product is the Fire Stick 4K, which is the streaming stick from Amazon for £27, down from £50. And these are super easy way to turn your non-smart TV into a smart one with all of the popular streaming services available on the Fire Stick. It also has a remote with a voice control included, and of course it will integrate nicely with all of your other Amazon devices. And that is all the good Prime Day deals I have found for you today. As I mentioned earlier, I will have all of the links you need in the description so that you can check it out. And if you want to buy anything, of course, that does help support the channel, which I very much appreciate. I think we covered quite a wide range of devices and hopefully you find some good deals, but what deals did you find yourself? Anything I missed here? Please do make sure to post them in the comments down below and share them with everyone, share them with me, so that we can all get in on the action. But that is about all the time we have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it probably seemed rushed and less polished than normal, but like I mentioned, I wanted to actually wait and see what was available on the day. Make sure to drop this video a like and get subscribed if you aren't already, and I will see you in the next video.